I believe that we are live. So, wait, tell me this. Normally, we're in like my studio, and I have like 2 screens, and like I have a whole mic set up, and I have a camera, and like there's a green screen. Normally, it's a very well-produced thing, but Hurricane Helene came through and took out the power and internet at my house, which is where my studio is. And I'm also traveling to ScaleCon. That's thus the captain's outfit. I'm Captain Picard for our captain's table. It's me with Ruffian Software and TechIDManager, Threat Captain, and Brad Powell, and Channel Falcon, and Jonathan Schofield as Captain America. So it's 3 captains at a table, captain's table. If you happen to be at ScaleCon, come check us out. We'd love to talk to you. But since our live demo happens to fall on while I'm here and power's out, we're going to try to do this demo live from ScaleCon, from Vegas, in a hotel room with cell phone-based internet, without the 2 screens I normally have, without the whole production setup. So bear with us. If you have questions, put them in the comments and chats. I believe I can see those, and I will try to answer them. I also normally have an assistant, but she's unavailable today, so it's just me. We'll see how this goes. Maybe we'll like this. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll take it down. Who knows? We're giving it a try. Gotta love live broadcasts. They're so much fun. So what we're here to talk about is this is attempting a live demo of TechIDManager, privileged account management for managed service providers and VARs. We are a SaaS privileged account management company. We have clients on 4 continents. We are profitable. It's a good thing. We enjoy. We have a lot of fun. Thus, we enjoy our job. We have a lot of fun things to do. So I'm here to show you, this is targeted at people who'd like to see what TechIDManager is, get kind of an overview of it, see it work, see how it does. So what we're going to do today is talk about TechIDManager. We'll talk about the different pieces, the parts, some of the deployment things that you'll go through when you become a partner and when you deploy it, and show you the product live and how it works, what it does, what a technician's experience is, what a manager's experience is, all those kind of things. Just enough to like whet your appetite, let you know generally what we do and how we do it, and then let you choose to come do a one-on-one demo or install it live. This is a completely self-serviceable product. All this information we're going to show is on techidmanager.com or ruffiansoftware.com that you can go try it out yourself. Just sign up. It's month to month, so if you try it out and you don't like it, cancel after a month. If you like it, which is what most of our partners do, they like it, they just continue ad nauseum. And the general problem, scope, the space that we address is privileged account management for managed service providers. When managed service provider technicians access their client networks, traditionally there has been one admin account they use, or they use some sort of elevation for one account, or they'll like get a temporary account to log in created by either like some temporary service, or then when they're done, that account goes away. That has some serious security compliance issues as well as some actual security issues. The way that all the security frameworks say privileged account management should work is every person should have their own account. That account should have least privileged access. That account should be traceable for all the access that they have. So if John as a technician goes into client A, he is John at client A. Maybe the MSP name at client A. If he goes into client B, he's John at client B. It's not one shared admin account. It is a unique account for each person everywhere that they need access. This is what all security frameworks say you should do. This is what you need to do to be compliant and traceable, to have that proper, mature security posture that we are looking for in today's environment as we try to raise the tide on MSPs everywhere. Become better. Make the hackers' jobs harder. This is accomplished very securely with TechIDManager because we use zero visibility storage for all the credentials that we make, maintain, rotate for you. We can't read them. This is a very important issue, one that's becoming more and more prevalent in the MSP space as MSPs and small and medium businesses move more to the cloud. Who owns the data? Who has access to that data? Who can read that data is becoming something that MSPs have to think about more and more. And when it comes to the MSP's data with privileged accounts, it becomes imperative that you know who has access, you can protect that access, and prevent people who shouldn't have access from getting it. A lot of password vaults the person hosting the password vault owns the data and they can access it. TechIDManager is not that way. We can't access the data we host because we use asymmetric encryption and each technician has their own private key. They're the only one that can decrypt the information that we create and store for them. This is a massive step forward as far as the technological and architectural protection of your data and your privileged account data and privileged secrets goes. How does all this work? It works really well. Let's see. All right, now we're going to step away from just showing me on the screen, see if we can overlay and have some technical things on the screen. Let's give this a try, see if it works. So TechIDManager really has three pieces that work together to make and maintain unique accounts for each technician. There's an agent. This is agent-based. Because we're actually making the accounts, we're making changes on a system like a domain or an Azure tenant or a local computer or a Linux machine or a Mac machine. An agent has to be installed there to make those accounts. The agents are architected and designed and run in such a way that they are authenticating as the system and they don't need their own account to run. This is a pretty powerful concept in that you don't have to set up a service account for these. You don't have to maintain a service account. This is not, we don't make another entry point, and our agents only reach out. Nobody reaches into the agent, and they do a bunch of security checks to make sure they are who they say they are when they reach out, and the person they're talking to is who they say they are. So the agent is the piece that actually gets installed and creates all these unique accounts for technicians. We create the accounts, we enable them, we disable them, we maintain rights. We do everything to protect these accounts. Create, protect, rotate passwords on these accounts, fully random passwords. We do all of that stuff with the agents that we install. There's an agent for domain controller to make domain-based accounts. There's an agent for Azure that makes 𝗕𝗏ID accounts. And there's a local agent you install on a Windows computer that's workgroup or domain join to make local accounts on that computer and maintain them. Give access in a variety of different ways with this, with any of the built-in rights. There's the management console, which is where managers go. This is the web-hosted piece. This is the cloud piece that ties everything together. This is really that traditional point of vulnerability where the vendor has access to your credentials in a lot of other systems. Since we use a private public key asymmetric encryption system, we are storing encrypted information that we can't read. This is so paramount and requires some looking into it as an MSP. If you ever have questions about it, contact us. We'll open up. We'll show you. We're very transparent. We'll show you what we can see and what we can't see. And you'll see that though we're storing hundreds of millions of passwords for MSP technicians all over the world, we can't see any of them because we only have the public key. We don't have the private key. And the private key in an asymmetric encryption or a PKI system is what's needed to decrypt and see those credentials. Each technician has their own private key. The way that private key works, we take all that complication around asymmetric encryption and PKI and we encapsulate it in the tech client. This is the piece of software that runs on the technician's computer, provides them access to their credentials, helps them use and find those credentials effectively when they need it. It is a great piece. There is a mobile version, there's a Windows version, there's a Mac version, there's an iOS version. It really does all of the encapsulation of security. Technician just logs in and they are securely accessing their credentials in a way that we can't, you can't, only they can. We can guarantee that. It's a very powerful piece of the system. What does that tech client look like? Well, this is that tech client. Let me pull up, make sure you can see this on the screen. Nope. See? Good thing I pulled that up. There. Yep, there we are. So this is the tech client. This is the piece of software that runs on a technician's computer and provides the access that they need to find and use privileged credentials, private passwords, and shared passwords. Though we say that you should stop sharing admin accounts, we do understand there are viable reasons, technological reasons, business reasons, and licensing reasons why you're sometimes forced to share credentials. So we have a password vault for that. A shareable password vault, it's great. We even have an offline data access mode where you can access data offline. The real core of the system, though, is we can make and maintain accounts for technician access in the client's networks. So like this TechIDManager account here, this is an Azure account specific to me called da.techidmanager or da.martin.mit@cybertechid.com. This account was made for me by TechIDManager. The password's rotated every 24 hours. My rights are set based on what a manager in the management console said I should have access to on this Azure tenant, its 𝗕𝗏ID system. That extends into domains and local machines. We have agents run on those places. this also does service accounts. So if you have a service account that runs something, you need to rotate the password on that, keep it protected. We can take over that service account, do that. We can actually rotate the password, change the service entry, and make it very secure. We can do this. You can also choose to share or not share that password with technicians who should or should be able to see it. This means we can actually set this up. So there's a service account with a password that rotates that nobody knows. So there's no point of ingress for that service account that has whatever permissions it has to do. Nobody can use that. Bunch of things. We also do just-in-time accounts. These are accounts that don't exist or aren't enabled until the technician says, I need access here. Then the technician comes in, they click enable, select that, they click enable. In the next 60 seconds, TechIDManager will enable that account, provision the rights that that account should have, because it normally sits without any rights on that account. Set a brand new full random password on that account, encrypt it, and send it back so that just the technician that enabled it, me in this case, can decrypt and see that credential, because we use the PKI, the asymmetric encryption keys, to encrypt that information. When that gets enabled, this will grant me access anywhere this account will grant me access. That account stays enabled for approximately 2 hours. You can set that time, be longer or shorter, wherever it is you want. That account, once that time expires, that account is automatically disabled. All the rights are removed from that account, and a password is set and maintained on that account that nobody is ever told. But that account still exists, and it's very important that that account still exists so that as over time, when that same technician comes back to that same place, that same account is re-enabled, rights re-provisioned to it, because remember, it existed without any rights. It couldn't do anything. It couldn't log in. A new password is set, and then that account has continuity of traceability and accountability between accesses by the same technician. It's very important. It's a lot different than a couple other systems you might see out there where a temporary account exists and then it's deleted. And you don't get that continuity of traceability, that continuity of history of what a technician does when accessing a client network or client system. It's a very important thing. All right. So that's kind of how the just-in-time accounts work. Like I said, we have local accounts, Azure accounts, domain accounts, EntreID accounts for both unique accounts and shared accounts. There are just-in-time accounts or managed accounts. There are tons of different options on the way we make and maintain privileged accounts to help you fit and meet whatever the compliance policies and procedures that you have set up for your MSP or between your MSP and your client, because they can be different. You might have one access policy on one client, a different access policy on a different client. And I know that our MSP partners, they use a variety of different policies and procedures and access methodologies between their different MSPs. We can support a variety of those. So that is the tech client. There are lots of other great pieces of TechIDManager, like we can show you the management console. We can show you a whole bunch of other things that really help do privileged account management specific to managed service providers. We'd love to talk to you in person. This is really a short one, hopefully, at ScaleCon, in a hotel room, over cell phone-based Wi-Fi, on a laptop that like literally overheated right before this meeting because I had it closed and put it in my bag and didn't realize it was still on. Almost caught the laptop bag on fire. It was really hot. Anyway, so hopefully all those, this is a good overview of what TechIDManager does and is, and you'll be able to use this to understand it and then come see a one-on-one demo with either I or one of our other technical people, and love to help you do privileged account management the right way and stop sharing admin accounts. All right? That has been great talking to you. I have to run. I have to get back down to ScaleCon 2024, back to the trade show floor. If you have any questions, contact sales@techidmanager.com and check out techidmanager.com. There's a button in the top right corner to request a demo, and under partner resources, you can actually self-service and install this product and try it out for yourself. We look forward to working with you. All right. Have a great day. We will talk to you later.